Hi guys, this is Allison from Alleycat Creations. How are you? Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. It helps me circulate. And if you get anything from my work, I connect the dot, an epiphany, a mind explosion, a new book to read, a new author to explore, please consider supporting my work. All the links are at the bottom of this description. Hi, pyramids, hearts, even though this is way out of view. Different types of pyramids, hearts, office supplies like business card holders, and put some stuff in these. Check me out, AllykatCreations211.com is where you can see my portfolio and all the fun items that I create. Spiritual soul advice incoming. So I was going to do the love one, but I haven't tackled what part I want to discuss with my insights. Um, Wednesday, unbeknownst to me, found out today I'm off of work and I haven't found out if I have a job with the other job yet. So we'll probably have that incoming. We'll see what happens. I'm very late today. Damn. I had to go to the post office and then I had to jump my car jumper cables the last 2 days. My car was completely dead at work. Like it wouldn't even like the alarm, the doors wouldn't even open. So I had to go get my battery swapped out and it was free because it's under warranty. Yes. By the time I got home and I had to call my aunt. She was in the hospital. Praying for you. My auntie Bobby, she had a stroke. This is not new for her. She has like mini strokes, um, blood pressure problems. So she just came home. So we got a nice, lovely conversation with my auntie, and some other stuff goes on today. So yeah, crazy day. I'm headed for a snowstorm also. The next few days is going to be crazy. I have to figure out food stuff situation, water really for this weekend. Because I'm not driving my car out in lunatic-y weather unless I have work. So, oh man, there's a lot going on. A lot. Crazy time. We got hit with solar flare, the flash of light. Um, overnight last night. That was fun. I woke up a bunch, not knowing why. Schumann seems to be normal. Schumann seems to be normal. Oh, hang on. I had to pause like a bunch because I'm getting bombarded by messages. Hi, everybody. So we're getting hit with all this information. A lot of us are getting overwhelmed emotionally, not sleeping right, circuitry burnt out, ground. I did that this afternoon. It was great. But make sure you're taking care of yourself. I know it's trying times right now for so many of us. I can't wait for January 20th to come. It can't come fast enough. Um, just on a financial front, I need to figure out a situation where I'm not paying $1 million in interest for a tiny loan. I don't need that much, but I need something. I have my property tax set. $1,400 isn't just gonna whiz out of my ass. It's just not getting there. And that's just not even a month's pay. Cat. Um, they're very, very vocal. They're over there. Um, but let's move to the holidays. Why I wanted to do this a little before Thanksgiving. You're going to hear a lot of people talk about, don't talk about religion, don't talk about politics at the dinner table. I kind of agree to an extent. I know a lot of people have been doing like ping pong matches with who they're inviting for Thanksgiving, and I just want to bring back the notion. I am blessed by other people inviting me to their families. I don't have family that I can just pick up and go to. Being that my aunt was just in the hospital, if I was betterly financed, I had better finances, I would have taken the trip down to see my aunt in Georgia. Um, that can't happen. But in the meantime, not having parents, not really having family, and even when they were close by, holidays have been very rough for me for the past since my mom passed away. And my mom was actually in the hospital around this time, incubated and not knowing the status. So when I draw back 7 years ago and look at how my holidays have been since, I've been blessed by so many people to invite me to their families' houses. And even there, I was just grateful and thankful to have a meal, to be around people, and to be, even though I'm not a part of their family, like just be in the space. It's nice to see different dynamics play out. What universe is asking us to do is a very big feat. And these holiday season, this whole season of materialism is prompting a lot of us to think a little different and outside of the box. We need to figure out that it's not just a holiday to be thankful for, it's every day that you wake up to be thankful for and have gratitude for. It's the little things that just make, like today. Okay, that little thing that I still was under warranty under my car battery that's almost $200. Like that's a little thing that was like, I don't know where I'm coming up with this money. I'm gonna have to put it somewhere, but I need a battery. I need to drive. If I get another job, a part-time job, like I could walk to the school. It's a far walk, but I can walk it. I walked Manhattan half my entire working existence and going to college. Like it's doable. But the other jobs that I would have to get to are not doable. You need a car here. That's for sure. And granted, I have friends here that would help me out, but it's not within me to keep asking consistently every night, could you pick me up from work? So we have to be thankful for the little things. There are a lot of people that are going to be home without family. Take that day instead of moping around and dwelling that you don't have anybody to spend it with. When I didn't have people to spend holidays with, that's either Christmas or Thanksgiving, I take a day of self-care. Like I planned out a whole entire day of I'm going to take a bath. I'm prolonging this awesomeness. Then I'm going to sit in meditation. Then I'm going to go take a nap. Like I'm going to read a book. And I scheduled my day based off of what are the things that are going to lift me up, not dwelling on who didn't invite me, who's together, who is not together. It's unnecessary drama that you don't need to actually get yourselves into. Take it from somebody that had family that hated each other. Holidays are usually ruined by disgruntledness and not coming together and having literal Thanksgiving for what you have and be appreciative towards it. Always the opposite. We have to be more in gratitude to the universe that we even wake up in the morning. Holidays are rough for a lot of us. I know for myself, my mother's been passed 12/23, 17. And even though I know she's with me at all times and she's really watching me like a hawk, kicking my ass, the physical presence still is missed. I used to call my mom every day after work and have a conversation with her until I got to the bus stop. Just little nuancy things, I miss. And it doesn't feel right by doing it with someone else. And Christmas that year was really rough because things were shit. So dwelling on what was isn't going to move you forward, isn't going to lift your vibration or frequency. So what I've learned to do is alchemize those feelings that are human and that are going to come up. And that's even for me, knowing that my mom is like literally probably standing right here in her energy ball, or is dangling upstairs in spirit and saying, "What the hell?" I know my parents are always with me. That's without a doubt. It's just the feelings of not being in the sameness. And I know a lot of you who've lost family members and people lost in the meaning of their physical shell, animals and stuff of the sort. It's a human emotion. It gets rough. And you have to give yourself compassion for that loss and come into the knowing that they're with you. And instead of dwelling on a day or a holiday or a Hallmark holiday that everything is about materialism and buy and purchase for others, I can't really buy anybody anything this year. It sucks. Moving to a new town, and my school is very heavy into the holidays, whereas my other school wasn't in New York. They didn't celebrate much. Like, I can't be a part of Secret Santa. I can't afford it. Um, what's more important, food in my stomach or a gift card to Starbucks? I'd rather have food in my stomach. Um, it's tough, but I'm humbled by the generosity of other people. I am thankful for the generosity of other people. Today, my teacher got an extra turkey. Her she lives with her parents, and she knows that I'm going through a little difficulty, and she's like, oh, I got a turkey we're not eating, and we have no place to stash this thing. Would you like it? Sure. And at the end of the day today, I got a huge ass turkey. I had to drive it to Vikings because I don't have room in my refrigerator is freaking tiny. Um, it took me forever to find a refrigerator to fit in the cabinet by the wall in my house. And then I have mini fridges to hold what doesn't the refrigerator doesn't hold, and a little mini freezer, but it doesn't have space for a turkey. So, um, yeah. I got an extra turkey today, so I'm very thankful for that. That was amazing. I had training uh last week, and one of my coworkers got me some tacos from my favorite place. It's these small little things that go a long way, and I rather thrive on the generosity of people than sit in the doom and gloom and depression like, well, it's the holidays. And that's where the enviousness and jealousy starts to hit. It's when the human emotions start to take over, and we need to alchemize all those negatives and bring it into the positives, or at least be rational with your way of thinking. I know this is a very difficult time for so many people, and the journey of the hermit is definitely in the forefront right now. As we're all striving to figure out our purposes and making it through each and every day, it's those little victories, those little wins that we have to amplify and bring us joy. Difficulties in relationships and family dynamics should never stop you from seeing your family. And family doesn't need to be blood related either. Um, that's for sure. I have grown family with people that have no blood relation to me. And I'm also adopted. So I grew up in a whole family that used to stigmatize me because I'm not blood. Makes a lot of things really even worse and sad to think about it. Sad. But better off that they're not in my life, because they don't deserve my kindness. They don't deserve my attention. And they're because of whatever their political stance is different from mine, and they can't overcome that, and they can't come to neutrality. I'm gonna get a lot of those, but that doesn't mean I don't love them and don't care about them and don't think about them. That's just like, you're over there, I'm over here, enjoy your life. And if something happens, I'm still here for you. But I'm not going to extend my hand to people who can't rationalize doing right and wrong. We have to remember we are all adults for the most part, right? And we have to start making better impressions for children, especially during the holidays. Kids today are spoiled, whether they be in poverty or not. I can't imagine them sitting around a table listening to the adults talk and the adults be children. So as the holidays are approaching, just make sure you're being your highest and your best at the dinner table. If you have, holiday celebrations, make sure you are conveying higher diction in your words, you're maturing your language in front of the children, especially, and that you're expressing your love to them unconditionally. That's very, very, very highly important. The kids are going through it too. They're ascending too. And if you're like me, the woo-woo aunt or the, really good friend, those kids need you more than ever because you're going to be the bridge for them for understanding what they're going through. They can't verbalize why they feel the way they feel. Many kids might have articulate language, but they're still growing. They don't have the life experience that many of you have. So just be mindful at your delivery of even talking to adults, the injustices in the world. They might not have the same perception as you. Is it okay? Sure, because it's their perception, just like you have yours. But what you have more of an advantage of is playing that chess game, navigating the moves before they even happen. So if you know someone is a specific way and in a specific team, you can navigate your language, your conversation around them. And if it does come up, you know how to navigate around them. Play your chess piece smart and witty. The kids will take note if there's kids around. For sure, they will take note. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. Safe. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. With the energies going on, Pluto going into Aquarius, we're going into Mercury retrograde. I don't know when that starts, but that's like either now or soon. A lot of things are going to be circulating around in the outside world that once again at a dinner table, just pick and choose your battles wisely. Seed truths. Don't spew things out at people and make them like not want to reach out to you for the future. We have to remind ourselves the humanness will come out during the holidays. It absolutely will. There's no doubt about it. But you have to keep it in the back of your head that you have a mission here. And a lot of our missions is to sprinkle love and truth to the frequency that you can, that where you are at. And we got to be mindful how you're seeding that truth. We want to be mindful that not everybody perceives the world as you, that people might have a whole different stance from you, and it's picking and choosing your battles and picking and choosing what to reveal and what doesn't get revealed in that moment in time. So just be mindful. I mean, I don't need to tell everybody that because most people are on my page, but very in depth tonight. Like I said, I was gonna do the love one, and I was gonna do a book reading. I can't ignore what's going on with my higher self and all the other versions of me that have messages that need to be conveyed tonight as I'm exhausted. I'm pulling out a deck I rarely pull out. And it's for people that have their shell's gone, or people that passed. This is Talking to Heaven by James Van Praagh. I like James as a medium. Never taken his courses or anything. I've read a book of his. I like these cards. He does a good job with the cards. There's just some things in mediumship land that I don't agree with him with. That little one. That might be Odin. Yep, that's Odin. There's actually a lot of mediums I do and don't agree with. And it's not because they can't talk to the dead. It's just what they get sometimes from their own higher selves. But I know a lot of people are starting to change their thinking and their paradigm, and it's great. It's advancing. And why I say that before I read into these cards. Everybody has their own biases. Everybody. I have mine, right? We have our own learning, our own knowledge, our own ways we view the world and perceive it. Not everybody's going to have that perception of yours, and not everybody is going to read the world the way you do. So keep that in mind. When talking to higher self, that's you giving yourself information. When you're talking to spirit, other energies, not in the ray of your ray of awareness, there can be their perception at a small glance. Just like what people call the Akash, they're just plucking a higher potential of a timeline. But again, you as a soul, as a spirit, are creating your reality moment by moment by moment. Sometimes you'll change your energy and you'll move up into a timeline, and that spirit didn't see it or didn't get that prediction correct or that inkling correct. Sometimes they're spot on. A lot of mediums take their political stance in mind, and their biases really run into readings. I've seen this for myself a bunch of times. So just be aware. A person that's very popular that a lot of people listen to, very on the political, on my side scale, talks to her higher self, is now finally coming into the admittance, because everybody's obsessed with the stupid flash of light, that it's not going to be the way we perceived it or have been told about it, because we've shifted. I won't talk about these things, but I've been saying that's just not my paradigm. I know I'm not experiencing what everybody else might experience, but it's been here. Timelines and stuff are now being more understood, instead of people just talking out of their ass or giving you half truths. More people are raising in their awareness state and are getting more of a complete picture of what I've been saying for a long time. So this is like great stuff, and this is moving into a better notion and a better paradigm that you're not being misled. I still see the collective needing to have other people dictate to them the information, no matter what side it's on. People are still stuck in letting other people do the work. And in certain realities, it's okay when you don't know about a topic, you're going to listen to a person talk about their perception. But make sure you're listening to a collective of people talking about that, whatever you're discovering, so that you have a better and complete picture, just like the books. If I didn't read all the books that were behind me in different areas, I have a whole row of books just on mediumship. And some of them are very similar and some of them are very different. Not everybody's going to gel with your method and mode of thinking. So just keep that in mind. Okay, I can't wait to read this. Give me a minute. Because the holidays are difficult for many of us, sometimes those that are not in the higher awareness needs to hear these messages. I wish I had told you more often how much I loved you. Oh, I love you. It's funny, when I first came over here and had a chance to look back at my earthly life, I realized the way in which my own insecurities and fears held me back from expressing the true innermost parts of my heart. I was so caught up in my own day-to-day life that I didn't take the time to express myself like I should have. Excuse you. Hey, what are you doing? Sorry, that's probably spirit messing with Freya. If you could look up to the sky right now, you could see I love you written by the clouds and colored by the stars. From my spiritual perspective, I know all the little things you did quietly for me, and I can't thank you enough. Love continues to live on in your heart, and together we can be reassured that it can never die. Sorry about that. Incest. When I pulled these cards when my mom died, that hit me like a ton of fucking bricks. Because my mom and I did not really express through much communication or words. And I didn't hear I love you enough in my life. And that just meant the world. So if that hits a heartstring, it's supposed to, because it's the truth. So someone needed to hear that tonight. Here's another one. I see all of your thoughts. I could I can now hear your thoughts and feelings so much more clearly than when I was living in my physical body. Back then, I was consumed with my own ego, thoughts, and distracted by my fears. Now that I'm free of those shackles, I can focus upon giving and loving. So whenever you'd like to talk, I can clearly hear you. Just think my name. And then trust the thoughts and feelings that you receive from me. Those are my communications with you. I totally respect your free will and would never impose my own will upon you. I only want what is best for you, so please know that I am here when you wish to talk. I love you. Got a gammon of cats behind me. We will be together again. Because our souls are intertwined by shared missions and unfinished business, we are destined to be together. For now, I will be with you in my non-physical form, functioning as a guide and a loving companion. While I can't give the guidance that God or an angel would, I can lend my support and strength to help and protect you. Once your life is complete, we will reunite in spirit form. When I will remind you of the ways of the wondrous non-physical world, I can tell you now that there's nothing to fear about dying. And yet, you must live your life completely in order to fulfill your mission. When the time is right, you and I will have another physical life together, one that are perfectly orchestrated to help others and to create spiritual growth for both of us. All these messages is everything I say, just differently. But I say all these things, and sometimes you just need to hear it differently to absorb it, integrate it, and know it. And I hope a lot of you do feel spirit with you. You're there. But when this physical vehicle dies, your shell will be more integrated with the other self in spirit. So that'll be a more portioned of you, a more whole part of your pie chart in that essence. Believe in yourself, you could do it. From my heavenly vantage point, I could see and understand everything so much more clearly now. I could see that you and I never had anything to be afraid of. The only thing that was ever standing in our way was our fear about the future. Yet now I realize that you and I create our own future. So I'm urging you to go forward with all your heartfelt dreams. Leave nothing to chance. I believe in you because I love you. But also, I can see that nothing is stopping you unless you believe it is. I will be with you every step of the way. So there's 4 messages there from the other side, Spirit, giving you everything I've been saying, just in a different package. The couple of conversations I had in the past few days, people are still in fear of death. I can't convince anybody otherwise. There's nothing to be afraid of. But you have to believe that for yourself. I urge people to read some Norse mythology. Viking, they were not afraid. They were honoring death because they knew they were going to another place. Odin had Valhalla. Fokvinir, Freya's zone. Hell wasn't even a bad place. It was a good place. We have to take into consideration that it's just another gateway to another realm of transcending. You have to detach yourself. People are still in not detaching from your family, your friends. Oh, what happens if I ascend? We're all ascending and it's levels of ascension. It's not just this one and done kind of thing. This was confirmed to me from Daniel Scranton when he channeled the Octurians and the another collective he channels. They basically was like, this is just one portion of ascension. Then you go on to the next and the next. It's a stair step. Linda Good McGillis talks about the stair steps. There's something to that. Like I said, the train station that you could take either or train is still in existence. The train stations that are going to pick up passengers at the next stop isn't going to be for a very long time. That's why we're being asked to choose what train we're going on, which is the polarity in which you want to ascend in. There's no wrong paradigm either. I have a lot of people who send me all kinds of articles and all kinds of stuff that's like 5 years old already. And I let it go because they need attention or they want me to send it to other people. And when I conversate with them, it's not easy because I see things in a whole different avenue of life. I was where they were at one point, and now I'm not. I'm in a higher vibratory state and a higher frequency of thinking, and I challenge a lot of paradigms. And I know the frustration a lot of you might be feeling in that. We don't want to fear death. We don't want to be alone. The holiday time is like a little shiv to the face for some of us. We have divine feminine. The frequency of divine feminine supports our soft, receptive, and nurturing side, facilitating our intuition and intrinsic understanding of our connection to the cosmos. So we're embracing more of this, but we have to balance out our masculine. Connection. This card's been being pulled up frequently here. The frequency of connection supports our ability to find alignment and resonance with others, things, and ideas. As per upstairs, find the commonalities within the people that you are getting anxious about for the holidays, for meeting, for having dinner, for the gathering. You have more commonalities with people than you choose to believe. That's your bias and ego getting in the way. Be solid in your convictions, but grow the maturity and the respect level for those are your other selves experiencing what source needs from them. They're going to have their own heart alignment. They're going to have their own perceptions. Make sure you take that in objectively. if you're getting anxious and nervous, well, Uncle Tom is an asshole because he X, Y, and Z's. This is how he thinks and he's not changing. Okay, so let that person, Mr. Uncle Tom, be stubborn, be himself because he's walking in his authentic path. Are you? You got to also remember you're not here to change anybody. You're not here to truth barf on people either. You're not here to shove ivermectin in someone's face. This is not what to do. Not what to do. The key is to seed. Before I left New York, I have a lot of people now contacting me that I was right. I didn't even have to tell them I told you so. They were calling me to tell me I'm right and that they're sorry for not believing me because their perception was different back then. And now they have a little bit more of an awareness of what's going on. And they were sorry they doubted me. I'd rather have those beautiful conversations with amazing, lovely people than to be the initiator of that. I'd rather have people seed some things in people's heads and years later have them come back to me going, you were right. I'm not here to be a proving right contest. I'm here to try to help you. You want to accept my help? Great. And that time frame that my help can be there for might be a long time. I'm not sitting in judgment anymore of those people. The only thing I could do is send them love. So at the dinner table, be aware of what will of intention are you putting out to your family, to your friends, to the people that you're around. Everybody's at a different place. And you have more of an expansive viewpoint than they do. Mature yourself. Mature your language. Be respectful. Because the wisdom that is being held within you is high vibing, love frequency. And not everybody's there to receive it just yet. So don't give up. Be respectful. And know that you have more similarities to them than you think. And when you judge people based on their political affiliation and religious affiliation, there's a lot more to humanity than just those couple of things that divide us. Just be mindful of that as the holidays are creeping in. Understanding your angel guidance is to examine yourself and your current situation in depth so that you have a clear awareness of the underlying reasons for your challenges and situations. Acquaint yourself with facts about situations and attitudes before you take decisions. Self-awareness is a necessary foundation on which to build strong relationships, friendships, and work. Understanding your personality is a basis for understanding your spiritual self and your mission on earth. Ask your angel to help you. I seek an understanding of myself and my life. And you could bring this on your biases and on your perception and go in and ask yourself a lot of deep questions before that holiday meal. Power. You are reminded that your essence is divine, so let no one diminish you. When you feel totally serene and at peace, you are powerful, for no one can upset or influence you. Your angel guidance is to find your still inner quiet center. Then heal your anger, purify your emotions, rely on your own judgment, and take your own decisions. It serves your spiritual growth to take responsibility for your life. So stand on your own 2 feet and be strong. True power is based on inner strength, self-worth, and confidence. Claim your power today. I am serene, powerful, and confident. Just don't throw so much ego and shade in there. When you walk your authentic path, you'll might lose even your family, you might lose them. But you're going to gain better relationships and stronger people in your paradigm once you do. Like, I lost my family, not just to death, but to perceptions. I know upstairs has urged me to do this little chit chat because as everybody's preparing for Thanksgiving in America, the materialism then starts after. It makes no sense, but be humbled by what you have. Give thanksgiving. Have your power. And don't back down from the adversity that is going to be handed to you if you go and Uncle Tom is being an asshole. Urs, a symbol of brute strength and power. Here's the power again. The wild ox of ancient times was both revered and feared because it was wild. This rune is a symbol of physical power, vitality, and good health. It can also suggest emotional courage. If you're going through difficult times, you must find the creativity inside yourself to pull through. You have great power within, and you need to unleash that power. When you do, there is no stopping you. This is also a rune about the need to take a risk and not to fear change. But conversely, it may also be urging caution. Energy that is misdirected can do great harm to both yourself and others. So ensure that your words and actions do not wound or result in chaos, but rather healing and peace. The perfect card to deal with Thanksgiving. It's perfect. Spirit's also saying they wanted me to talk about this, well, my higher self, because there's a lot of changes happening in the world, and there's still a lot of fear that's surrounding these changes. And when that is brought up at the table or during Super Bowl or Christmas, the kids don't understand that dad can't provide, the latest and greatest phones and the latest and greatest fashion trends. You have to teach your kids how to be humble and grateful for what they have. You have to have power in your convictions. And I don't think there's not one person I know that is not having a difficult time, because I think a lot of people are. So I hope this brings some comfort and some advice to those who will be traversing the holiday. And even if you're not, it's still some like juicy wi wisdom nuggets in here. If you think you are alone, you are not. We are beside you in all challenges that you face. Trust that outside sources will always be working with you to ensure the best outcome in every situation. We have your best interests at heart. We love you. So there is somebody that today that I was urged to have these messages come through. I don't know who it is, but I'm with you. I've experienced a shit ton of loss. Be my best friends, different scenarios, different things. My parents, half my family. It's like I said, it's difficult because they're not here. You can't hug them, you can't see them, but they're here and they're giving you energy hugs. And I have a better relationship with my father now in spirit than I had when he was alive. And I'm very thankful for that connection that I have with him here in the spirit. Very thankful. He is a sounding board of groundedness for me. And I'm very thankful for that. So if anything, the next couple of days, if you're having a hard time, connect upstairs. Just talk to them. They're a thought away. Just say, please send me a sign that I could see. And you'd be surprised within a few days, they're going to manipulate the energy and around your aura or space to show you that they're with you. It doesn't happen instantaneously, but it will eventually happen. And I know I get signs all the time, whether they're cardinals outside of my backyard to random pennies and dimes that I find in places that nobody would ever be able to put there, stuff like that. But I know those are my parents. Those difficult times will pass. Nothing bad lasts forever. The sun will shine again. The birds will sing and the clouds will clear, and you will be glad you kept moving forward. You will soon be rewarded for your patience. Hold on. You are far stronger than you think. Accept where you are at this moment in time. Only then can you begin to move forward. Be clear about your intentions. This makes us easier. It makes us easier for us and the universe to help you. Doors will open unexpectedly. Be ready. Jeez Louise. Some of these decks have slippery card finishes on them. And they like to fly. Preserve your energies. Don't let things or people with low vibrations interfere with your sacred space. If they no longer serve you, just give up on them and simply let go. Don't forget to restore your energy after a storm. 1111. Angels are watching and guiding you to bring out your highest self. Most importantly, keep up your good work and have faith. Make the most of it. Make use of your time and all resources. Look for more knowledge or appliance. Learn from the mistakes and also from others to build up more skills and confidence. Anticipate. There should be a few challenges or obstacles awaiting for you on the way to success. By anticipating these ones, you will absolutely soften the problems and get more decisive solutions. I had to do a double take, sorry. Okay, I'm being called before I do the ending. I didn't want to be this long. Oh, that wouldn't have been good. So they said I had a crazy day. And tomorrow's going to be no different. We have a snowstorm and really cold weather incoming. My car's barely working. And like after work, I had a lot to do today. So I'm tired. Opportunity. Wondrous possibilities and opportunities await you. Stop dwelling on past mistakes. Surrender to the past lovingly. There's nothing to regret. All is always in perfect and divine order. Everything that you've ever experienced has helped you in some way. The past is behind you. The path ahead is clear. Move forward joyfully and fulfill your heart's desire. Prayer. Dear guardian angel, help me be flexible in my attitudes and beliefs. Help me not to fear the transient nature of life. Help me to remember the eternal light, which emanates from my soul, and the eternal light which emanates from the heart of every living thing. Help me to remember that I am eternally guided and loved by God and all creation. This is beautiful. It's a good prayer. So as I'm going to close this, it's getting late by me. Make sure you have fun. Go in with the best intentions of having fun and loving all. If there's some tricky shit that pops up, navigate it, play the chess game wisely. Seed, don't overwhelm. And if you're going about it alone, make sure you make a day for yourself. Have a spa day. Doesn't take any money besides filling up a bathtub if you have one, or taking a really nice shower, meditating, sleeping in, making a good dish. Whatever it is that you do, make sure you do self-care if you're not celebrating the holidays. Like I like to pamper myself on those types of days. So make sure you're doing some self-work and self-care if you're going to be alone. I cannot show this card, but I don't think I've ever drawn this. Magnetism of Eros. Trust in what your heart yearns for without concern about how it will manifest. Take steps towards that which moves your heart. Reach out for what your soul wants and needs. Allow yourself to be vulnerable, for only then can you be truly held. That which appears out of reach is unavailable to you is closer than you realize. The magnetism of Eros is our soul's fascination with that which appears different and calls us at a deep level. This soul deep attraction inspires us to remain open, be passionate, and willing to engage with life. other people, and new vitalizing pathways and practices that inspire us. It keeps us moving on our authentic life path, living by the call of our heart. This oracle indicates that your heart is being called to a particular path or way in life. It may not make logical sense, but to honor the call of the heart is to honor the needs of the soul. The call of the heart can lead you into unknown and intriguing territory. It can feel liberating, but also unsettling as you let go of known worlds and reach for the unfamiliar. Following such a path will bring a fresh influx of energy and expand your understanding of yourself, your life path, and a higher purpose it is meant to be. This oracle brings a message that life has particular gifts to share with you. There is promise of deep soulful connection with your true self and with others, and a healing realization that you are truly desired and loved. You are encouraged to explore new pathways, especially if you feel out of your depth and a bit vulnerable in doing so. More so if they involve personal healing. The oracle indicates a path is opening up for you. It may not be the easiest way forward, but when your heart leaps at the prospect of it, know something truly special is unfolding for you through that pathway. Trust where your heart is leading you. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. This is what I feel like inside sometimes with my current situation. But I'm having faith and I'm putting out to the universe I need a lot of help, and please honor that help in any way that I can. Get it. I've been putting myself out there, and just it's a waiting game to find out if I have a part-time job. Still waiting on other jobs to get back to me. So it's been difficult. But as the holidays come, I don't know if I'm going to be spending it with people or not. It's depending on the weather, but I am preparing for either the best day ever with people or the best day by myself. It's up to you to choose your mindset and how to deliver your best and highest at all times. Use this as an excuse to be at your best and highest, regardless of your situation. I know I'm making the best efforts to do that for myself. So I hope all of you, I will be doing more readings and stuff and more videos. But for now, I hope all of you have a blessed and beautiful Thanksgiving. If you're in the United States, I know it's going to get really busy in the next couple of days for so many people. So just keep mindful, keep your mindset swapped into the expansion. Be humbled. Have a lot of gratitude and be easy on yourself. If anything, there's a lot of people doing marathon podcasts and awesome stuff that's going to happen. So make sure that if you are alone, that you're taking care of yourself that day and do what brings you your highest excitement. And everybody should do that anyways. So I hope all of you have a fantastic and beautiful evening. Sending each and every one of you love, light, compassion, and grace, shielding your protective energy. Please go within. Be the shoulder. Be the lighthouse. Seed your truths respectfully. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. Check out my channel memberships. Just one tier. And as that community grows, I'm going to be doing some really fun, different things. So trying to figure out how to configure that out right now. Freya in the background is loving on my pyramids, giving it extra warm and fuzzy vibes. So if you want to check out my website, AllykatKreations211.com, I have a lot of these pyramids up there, and they still are available, some of them. So thank you all, and have a blessed and beautiful day. And I'll hope to see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.